start of a little shopping challenge, all about how you can save money on your tech. A little challenge that Polly and I face this week.
Yeah, girl fight!
No.
But not the one with mud and bikinis, because that would be wrong. We don't do that sort of thing on the Gadget Show. Regrettably. No, this type of girl fight is the sort that you walk away from feeling slightly more informed, not as guilty feeling as the other type. Can you just jump in at any point, guys?
I think what Jason is alluding to is that there is some great takeaway in this week's challenge.
Yeah,
yes,
right.
and we're not talking about Chinese takeaway in little boxes with foil lids. No, we're talking about information.
Which is a shame, you know, because I could murder a plate of spicy prawn balls. Oh, eh?
For the start of our challenge, we were summoned to the beating financial heart of London, Canary Wharf, and to a rather swish penthouse bar.
Courtesy of Mr. Bentley.
Oh, adding a bit more class. Oh, it's money. Oh, hang on. YouTube. It's Mr. B.
Good morning, ladies. This week your challenge is simple. I want you to find the best gadget bargain you can for under £100. This is going to put your bargain hunting powers to the ultimate test. Your efforts will be thoroughly checked and judged in 2 weeks' time, so good luck.
Ah, this is going to be tough.
So, £100 each to find the best tech we could at rock-bottom prices.
But the shops were on our side, because the great thing about gadgets is that while the brand spanking new tech is shipped out at top dollar, after that point, the price can drop like a stone.
Just look at HD TVs. Back in 2007, you'd pay over £1,000, and now, same size, similar spec, a few £100.
And 3D TVs are now doing the same. Because in the fast-moving, fashionable tech world, new products can get outdated very quickly.
People want things to be smaller, faster, quicker. So just from a competitive point of view, manufacturers have got to engage in that limited lifespan and keep bringing out new products into the market.
So the superseded models get cheaper, but that doesn't mean that they're not still great gadgets.
So I'm looking for some classic tech that's aged really well, that represents a great bargain.
Meanwhile, my tactics for winning this challenge were all about choosing the right type of tech. So I'd started at a computer market. Yes, the boring stuff like processors and memory. Now, say whatever you like, but this place is a goldmine for tech bargains. Now, you might have already heard of a little something called Moore's Law. This states that computing tech advances at such a rate that approximately every 2 years the amount of transistors on a microchip doubles. So, each year, these components get faster and better, but the great thing is they stay roughly about the same price, which means we get more bang for our buck. It's the same with hard drives. The price per gigabyte of storage has plummeted from a whopping £150 15 years ago to as little as 3 pence per gigabyte today. All of which means you can now build your own decent spec desktop computer for around £150. A computer that would have cost you at least twice that to buy new 2 years ago. It's very tempting, but to get it under £100, I think it's going to be pushing it to build anything worth having.
But I wasn't sure anyone would be impressed by transistors and circuit boards. I was on the hunt for my classic tech, because newer isn't always better.
Take this, for example, the Panasonic TZ7. Now, when this came out 2 years ago, it was a great camera. And just because it's 2 years old, it doesn't mean that it's not still a great camera.
In testing, our very own Mr. Bentley felt the older model was just as good, if not better, than its newer replacement, the TZ10. Unfortunately, at £170, it hadn't quite dropped enough in price for me yet.
£300 new 2 years ago, so it's quite a good saving. However, it's way over my £100 budget.
But setting my sights a little lower, I found a great deal on one of John's slightly cheaper compact favourites, the PowerShot A480.
£68? That's pretty much half the original price for a 10 megapixel, really good point-and-shoot camera. That is a great deal. Plus, if I spent that, I'd still have about £30 left over.
Meanwhile, my computing search had led me to a more current bargain discovery. When it comes to portable tech, recently it's been all about the tablets, the iPads and such like, which means the netbooks, which once dominated the market, have been shoved out of the limelight. I'm hoping because of that, there'll be lots of these surplus going cheap. And after some searching, I found where a lot of that surplus or unwanted stock ends up, at this tech auction house in Nottingham. And I'm hoping this is the place I find my bargain. Your local commercial auction house can throw up the odd tech bargain, but John Pye Auctioneers specialise in gadget clearance, selling off end-of-line or ex-demo models from major high street retailers, both online and at weekly live sales like this, which included lots of netbooks. And I'd roped in someone who knows his stuff, James Temperton from Computer Active magazine, to help me land a bargain.
Obviously, there's quite a lot of stuff here, which is great. And the saving you're going to make is quite a lot of them don't have Windows 7 on them, so they're operating system free. Now, obviously, you can go out and buy that.
But you can also get free software, can't you?
Yeah,
free
that's
operating
right.
software.
You could put Linux on it or something like that. So there's loads of ways to save money and still have a really good computer.
I was hoping a cheap as chips netbook plus free software would equal a big win for me.
But for me, the real bargains to be found are second-hand. And I'd sniffed out an auction of my own in Bristol.
Now, this commercial auction includes police stock, so the kind of thing that the Met may have used in evidence. And as you can see behind me, there's loads of tech, so I'm hoping that I'm going to bag a bargain.
A quick Google search will point you towards a police auction near you. And online, sites like Bumblebee regularly sell off items from more than a dozen police forces. And there was some interesting tech on show at mine.
Ooh. There's an Amazon Kindle there. And the guide price is £60. For PlayStation 3 with the controls and leads, no hard drive, and there's a Wii console with the leads. Guide price 60 to 100. I'm going to definitely bid on that.
Meanwhile, my auction action was hotting up. My bidding maximum was reduced, as you have to add a 15% buyer's premium plus VAT on top. So I only have £72. But there were some great deals. A netbook with a 160 gig hard drive and 1 gig of RAM would have set you back about £300 2 years ago. Here, they were going for as little as 80 quid.
Just missed out on that one by £5.
But they were just tantalisingly out of my reach.
I missed out on that by £3.
And time after time, I kept just getting outbid.
£70 a bid, at 70, at 72, the lady, at 72, £72, 75, 75. Gentleman there, number 328.
So I'm still left without a little laptop or a computer of any kind because of 3 netbooks.
But I was having more luck. I'd found something I thought was worth a punt with some of my precious kitty. But what was it? Well, I wasn't telling just yet.
I've got to say, well done so far. It's not the easiest of challenges.
I know, when I first was given that £100, I thought, yay! But actually, trying to find really good tech is a bit tricky, but if you do know the tricks, then there are definitely ways.
OK.
And if you missed them all as they were flying across the screen there in our challenge, you can just go to our website, channel5.com/Gadget Show, and on there also is some exclusive web footage with our friend from the Gadget Show, consumer champion Dom Littlewood, who took Polly out down the Tottenham Court Road for a spot of haggling, and it's packed full of really good facts, so check that out after the show.
Right, now time for a top 5, and we're talking small rucksacks, or day packs as they're more commonly